Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston Station, we are ready.
Houston, ACR, this is Mission Control, Houston. Please call Station for a voice check.
Station, this is Houston ACR. How do you hear me?
Hello, we have you loud and clear.
Great. Please stand by for opening remarks.
Hi, my name is Paul Saft, and I'm the director of Pacer's Simon Technology Center, where we work to help individuals with disabilities access and learn about the benefits of assistive technology. Thank you so much to NASA and the crew aboard the International Space Station for allowing us this opportunity to learn and to be inspired by the work that you do. And now, here's our first question.
My name is Max, and my question is, what do astronauts do to keep busy after work when they have free time?
It's a little bit different for everybody. We all come in with our own interests and different hobbies. For me, I absolutely love taking photos out of the cupola window.
Hi, my name is Enzo. What is the temperature inside the space station?
Hi, Enzo. Inside the space station, we keep it the same every day, all day long, and it's about 74 degrees and or 24 degrees Celsius. And it's for me, it's very comfortable. It might be a little cool for others.
My name is Joel. My first question to ask you is, do you ever think about what it will be like to fish in outer space?
Joel, I love that question. I can't say I had ever thought about that before today, but I'm thinking about it now. And, I hope someday maybe we can go ice fishing on Titan.
Hi, my name is Logan. What long-term effects are on the human body here from working in zero gravity?
Hi, Logan. Great question. We've spent a lot of time and with the scientists on the ground investigating that exact question. And we have the main thing that bothers us, or long-term effects, are our muscles and our bones. So we exercise 2.5 hours every day aboard the space station to minimize that impact on the body.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. What part about being an astronaut has seemed the funniest or most absurd?
There are a lot of different things. For me, the thing that comes immediately to mind is having to go to the bathroom every day. It's a little bit of a journey. Another thing for me is on Earth, I'm really bad at catching stuff, but here I'm really good because you can throw things very slowly.
My name is Kyle, and can we have visitors at the space station?
Hi, Kyle. Aboard the space station, it's very rare, but sometimes we do get visitors. Sometimes there are companies that send up some astronauts, private astronauts, that come up for a couple weeks, and then they get some science done. They take lots of pictures, and they do a really good job, and then they leave, and then we wait for our next friends to come. But yeah, we don't get too many visitors, but we're building a future so that more people can visit space.
Hi, my name is Ellie, and my question for you is, does food taste the same in space as it does on Earth?
Hi, Ellie. That's a really interesting question. I think different people have different experiences. For me, the food has tasted pretty much the same, and we've got a lot of great food here on board the International Space Station. One thing I noticed, though, is that it's really hard to smell your drinks because we're drinking out of bags with straws instead of out of a cup. And so that changes my perception of the things that I'm drinking.
Hi, my name is Gumball. Have any astronauts on the space station seen, heard, or experienced rare or unexplained phenomena in space?
Hi, Gumball. Great question. We're always on the lookout as explorers and investigators, but unfortunately, at the moment, the space station's only like 250 or 300 miles above planet Earth, so we're still in our own neighborhood. I bet as we go farther out away from our neighborhood, we'll see something interesting or unexplained. But so far, everything around here is pretty normal.
Hi, my name is Soren. What does zero gravity feel like?
It is so much fun to float around. It's been one of my favorite things. We're in a constant state of free fall here. And so you can turn upside down like this, and it feels just the same as being right side up. It's an absolute blast.
Hi, my name is Xander. My question is, what differences have you noticed in plants growing on the space station compared to Earth?
Hi, Xander. Great question. Plants are what feed us, right? So aboard the space station, plants grow a little differently, but they always grow towards the light, right? Heliotropism. But they don't know what where up and down is. So it's kind of funny. We can make our plants grow sideways or upside down, and it's all the same to them.
Hi, my name is Anders, and what about being an astronaut has given you the most awe?
Oh, definitely looking down through our cupola window at Earth going by is the most awe-inspiring thing I can imagine. Being up here in space has given me so much more appreciation for our home planet.
My name is Vivian. Can you see Saturn of where you are?
I really like that question. Saturn is one of my favorite planets. It's so pretty with the rings. But we're aboard the space station. We're up in space, but we're not that much closer to Saturn. It's really far away. So yes, we can see Saturn, but we can't see the rings unless we use a telescope, just like on planet Earth.
Hi, my name is Lacey, and my question for you guys is, how are you not scared of free falling back down to Earth into the middle of the ocean?
I think for spaceflight, just like with anything on Earth, we train so much, and by practicing things over and over again and getting to know exactly what to do in different situations, things start to feel really manageable and approachable. And so we're not scared. We also have an amazing team of people who take care of us and make sure that all of the engineering of our spacecraft is good to go.
This question is from Grant. Can you see wildfires and smoke from space?
Yes, we can see wildfires and smoke from space. Earth is the most beautiful planet in the solar system, and yet you can see where the wildfires are. When the smoke comes up, the smoke goes up to a certain distance and starts to spread out. We can see those things from space. Although, from our perspective, they look a little smaller down there, but we know that they have great impact to a lot of families.
Hi, my name is Logan. Why is it important to learn about space when it's not where people live?
I think that's a really important question, Logan. So much of what we're doing here on the International Space Station is actually for Earth. Some of my favorite research is on the human body and how we as astronauts experience our bodies changing in space is actually a lot like aging or immunocompromised populations on Earth, so it's really important research. Plus, by choosing to do something challenging like spaceflight, we wind up finding solutions for problems we didn't even know we had before.
My name is Joel. My second question to ask you is it possible to visit another galaxy while you are up in space?
Joel, my name is Mike, and I really like that question, and I'll tell you why. Is because right now we can't visit extra galaxies, not yet, other galaxies, but we're working on our way to get to the moon and then to Mars and beyond. So maybe as you get older, you can help us figure out like a warp drive or a star drive so we can go visit other stars and then other galaxies. But so far, not yet, but we're counting on you.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. Is there internet or cell service in space?
Yeah, we do have satellite internet here. It's pretty good, and that helps us stay in touch with our families. But I've actually been really enjoying not being online quite as much as I am at home. When at home I might be thinking about scrolling on my phone, I just go to the window here and let Earth scroll by.
Hi, my name is Logan. Does the space station have a bit of gravity or is it zero gravity?
Logan, that's a tricky question about gravity. Yes, the space station is gravitationally bound to planet Earth. We're not flying through space, off to the stars or anything like that. We are going around the Earth in a circle called an orbit, and of course you knew that. But aboard the space station, yes, we still feel Earth's gravity, but we don't really feel it. It's what keeps us here, but it also, we are going so fast that we just don't hit the Earth as we fall down. So we're constantly free falling as we go around planet Earth, which means we can feel and do things like my friend Zena here. She's just floating around because we're just free falling through the sky, and it's really fun. So technically, we call it microgravity. There's still some small gravitational effects here, but when we take it out of the equation, we can do some really cool physics.
Hi, my name's Caitlin. How long would it take for the space station to go around the world?
We're going 17,500 miles an hour around the Earth, and so one orbit takes us 90 minutes, which means we actually get 16 sunrises and sunsets every day. It's really amazing to see.
My name is Joel. My question to ask you is what do you need to study to become an astronaut?
Hey, Joel, that you had a really good question there talking about what do we need to study. And the more things that we know as human beings, the more opportunities we have. So even if you don't want to be an astronaut out there, and just the more studying you can do, reading is really important. But to become an astronaut, one of our biggest superpowers, if you will, is that we can learn things pretty quickly. So we're always curious, we're always learning new things. So keep that in mind as you follow your journey and maybe become an astronaut.
Hi, this question is from Malachias. What is the most challenging part of your daily routine?
Oh, I alluded to it earlier, but for me, using the restroom is always an adventure, but we have really great systems that actually allow us to even reclaim our urine and use it as drinking water the next day, which is really amazing.
Hi, my name is Enzo. What is it like adjusting back to life on Earth after being in space?
Hi, Enzo. I remember the times I came back from space, and I was up here like 6 months, and no gravity. Well, not really feeling gravity, right? And but exercising 2.5 hours every day, and it was really strange to be back in space. My arms started to weigh, started to V and everything like that. So it was kind of strange. I felt not well for a day or two, and then I started to feel really glad to be back home with my family and everything. So yeah, readapting to gravity is tough. We can generally walk pretty quickly, and then but our sense of balance tends to be a little bit off. But then after a couple weeks, we're kind of back to normal, and after a month or so, usually our muscles and bones are back to where they were before we flew. So it's a really interesting process for readaptation to life on planet Earth.
Thank you to everyone who took part in this event and for the great questions. And especially thank you to the crew of Expedition 73 for your time and your commitment to advancing science and helping to inspire kids and adults alike. All of us here at Pacer Center are extremely appreciative of this opportunity and of everything that you do. Thank you.
Thank you for the great questions. We loved talking with you.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
Thank you to all participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.